Prime moments, Rio Ferdinand is here and he looks juicy as anything. He is a fantastic centre-back from the moment he gets go. He's got his base that is just incredible. 84 pace, which is one less than this version, but obviously the big difference is you have got 93 defending and 88 physical on this one. We look at his mid, 80 pace, very respectable, a little bit more on the defending, and then his prime with 83 pace, 91 defending, 86 physical, and it is only a +1, so there isn't a massive difference between the two, other than this guy has the dynamic image, and again, looking pretty fantastic. We love Rio Ferdinand round here, obviously. 6'2", medium, he is right-footed, and I would 100% take this centre-back in a back line. I think if you're going to go for anything, it has got to be the shadow on this card. Gives you 98 defending and also 95 pace. That is absolutely incredible, and like I said in the Campbell review, there is a lot of good centre-backs this year, and to be fair, most years, there's a lot of good players just in general by the time moments comes out. It's just natural that we've had Team of the Year already, then we've had FUT Birthday as it's ongoing now, and we've had plenty of time for SBCs, team players, icon packs. There is so many that we've probably got by now, and if you're lucky, you've got some of the best icons, you've got some of the best players from the team. Maybe you've done a lot of the SBCs, Varane being one. That pretty much takes up one position. I would love a back pairing of Ferdinand and Varane. That again would be absolutely phenomenal. Looking at a few of his stats just to kind of point out before we go into some gameplay, pace will be no issues whatsoever. Good short and long pass on him for a centre back. Reactions are up there, composure's decent, agility balance not necessarily the greatest, but I believe animation wise will pull him through there, and obviously his defensive ability in his defending and physical is normally top tier. So let's jump into him and see if he's worth 1.1 mil. Rio Ferdinand not letting him through whatsoever there. Solid defensive work. Rio taking the ball away again. Lovely stuff from him. Again, one of my obviously one of my favourite centre backs just naturally, but solid work from him already. R9. Oh, good block. Rio watching Van Basten. Simple little ball away. Loses it again. Luckily, he's got Cancelo to manage short. Make sure that he doesn't make any massive mistakes there. Rio meeting the ball. Lovely. Gets us on that attack. Cristiano. It's a poor ball forward from me. Rio coming in with a challenge. Decore kicking it right out, but Rio makes that challenge. He was no way getting past him at that point. Rio watching him. I think Rio has been an absolute unit in this game. Really happy with a performance from him. I think he's done absolutely spectacularly. I think the only goal that they scored was just a rebound anyway from just generic, just able to get through. So for me, I think he's been a 10 out of 10 performance. Really kind of showing his worth. Again, it's just going to be interesting to see what centre-backs you do have, and obviously what they're... So I mean, every time Ramsdale just cannot do it, just constantly giving him that second chance. But in terms of Rio, like I say, when you've got already maybe two top-end centre-backs that are untradeable, SBCs, Team of the Years, it's going to be very difficult to say that you want to buy Rio, whereas... maybe you just want that kind of security. Wow, okay. You want that security of a centre-back already, then Rio's got to be your man for that one. I just think if you've got the likes of any sort of Team of the Year centre-back, obviously Ruben or Marquinhos, and then the Varane flashback, it almost makes it very difficult to change him for anybody other than maybe Maldini. So going into the overall for Rio then, he's just over a mil now. 2 mil PC, practically 1.1 on the Xbox, 1.3 on the PS. Honestly, I'm really shocked that moments are this cheap already. I think, last year we got in a couple of days and literally you were about 1.5 for Herrero. Whereas now we're looking at a lot of them being pretty much a mil and under, depending on obviously which ones you're looking at. But it's just nuts to see what sort of market this is. I know this year, high-rated fodder, high-rated cards are a lot cheaper than what they were previously. The best of the best are still up there in price. We look at the R9s, the Hullets, the Cruyffs, Mbappes, all of their special versions up there in price. But then you look at the kind of high mid-tier, Rio for instance, he's a solid centre-back. There is no denying that he is one of the better centre-backs in the game, and he's just over a mil in literally about 15-16 hours of being out. That is absolutely nuts to see. If we have a quick look at other centre-backs, because I'm not too sure which moments are out. Cannavaro is 1.3. Coman is under a mil now. Herrera is extinct. I can imagine it's just because nobody wants to buy him, really, more than anything. He's 1.1. He's gone for about 720, so it must be that he's just not on the market at the moment. But again, way under a mil. It is crazy to see these sorts of prices already. We've got Blanc at a mil, Vidic at 1.3, and I think Campbell at 800. Honestly, absolutely nuts to see these sorts of prices, literally not even day one in. So it's going to be interesting to see where these kind of fit off. Obviously, I reckon with his moments, he's going to kind of go around about the 750 to 850 mark, and then obviously natural player just downgrade of price is going to happen with them, because as we go further into the game, the more cards that unlock, the more chance people have to pack them, and the less demand there's going to be on these cards. Plus then a moments SBC or something like that will drive the price down even more so. But I think Rio is absolutely clear. Such a good centre-back. Very pacey with that shadow. Great defending. Good physicals. Passing not bad at all. Good composure. He's just a solid all-round centre-back. I think the one thing for me with Rio is if he didn't have good animations, he'd probably be about average to decent. But because his animations are actually quite good for a centre-back, I really can't argue with one bit. Yes, there is plenty of centre-backs I'd rather choose over him, but I'd say for about 850, I really wouldn't complain at getting him. Plus, he gets that English centre-back vibes as well, which you cannot complain about. I think overall, if I was kind of going against the Maldinis, the Varans, the Marquinhoses, I'd have to give him somewhere around about a 9.8, 9.9. But realistically, if I was just going for icons, I think he's one of the 10 out of 10s, most definitely. So let me know down below what you think about Rio. Make sure you do like and subscribe, and I catch you all for the next one. Peace.